That's right, Bricks and Minifigs can't afford to pay Lego anymore. Our boy Ammon McNeff is starting to go broke. If he wasn't going broke a month ago, he's definitely going broke now. Now what happened was, Bricks and Minifigs' August Lego shipment arrived late, damaged, and incomplete. But before I get into all of the juicy details, I want to give full credits to Echo Base Network for their great coverage of this, and how they always look for the best sources and most up-to-date information that is trustworthy, and they get all their facts straight before reporting on it. So I'm going to leave a link to their video in the description if you want to go check it out. Full credits to them. And I'd also like to ask you guys, if you are someone who watches the channel frequently for these Bricks and Minifigs updates, make sure to subscribe, because only like 0.7% of you guys who watch are actually subscribed, and I would appreciate that a ton. But getting into the video, this is kind of insane. But in order to understand what happened, you have to understand some context first. So Bricks and Minifigs has a direct Lego deal, and they've had it since around April of 2026. Now, this was talked about a few months ago when the Bricks and Minifigs drama started, and everyone was kind of wondering if this deal would go under, but I don't think it has. With all this updated information and the fact that an August order was placed from Lego by Bricks and Minifigs, it seems like that deal is very much still happening and hasn't gone under at all. And how it works is individual store owners pay corporate for the inventory they want from all these new waves of Lego sets, and then Bricks and Minifigs corporate pays Lego, and then Lego ships all the corresponding inventories that each store ordered to each store. And that's how it works. It's pretty clean, pretty easy, and it's supposed to be, pretty straightforward process. But there was around 80 different sets in this August drop. There was a lot of different August sets, and the hype for August for Lego sets has been insane. So all these stores were really depending on, especially this August wave, but they always depend on new Lego set waves for sales. And this August wave was a huge one, so there were a lot of big orders placed from different stores. But they arrived damaged, late, and some of them not even the right sets that these different store owners ordered, like completely the wrong sets. So yeah, obviously something weird is going on here, and it's not Lego's fault. Lego didn't terminate the deal or do anything, it's not their fault at all. Lego did everything they were supposed to do. The trouble came with Bricks and Minifigs corporate, and in my opinion, their finances, because they had to wait on all of their different franchisees, their store owners, to pay them for the order before they placed it with Lego. They couldn't just place it beforehand and then collect payments later, which means, in my opinion, that Bricks and Minifigs corporate is probably pretty stripped for cash. They probably don't have a lot of capital to go ahead and place this order before they receive all the payments from their franchisees, which means, yeah, they are definitely in a pretty tight situation, at least judging from what happened here. Now, Echo Base Network went ahead and talked to a few different sources, different store owners for Bricks and Minifigs. One of them said that Bricks and Minifigs corporate is in serious financial trouble, and it probably won't survive their current model. And the second source he talked to said they're less certain on Bricks and Minifigs finances, but they didn't dispute the whole late payment thing. Bricks and Minifigs paid Lego late because obviously they had to wait on the payments from all their different store owners. So that sounds like that's not something that would usually happen, but for this August wave, it did. And FedEx messed some things up as well. Some things arrived damaged because FedEx didn't know how to ship all these large shipments properly, and maybe rushed it, maybe didn't do it, completely correct or with care, because this was a bigger shipment than usual. Because like I said, there's over 80 different August Lego sets in this wave, and that is a lot of sets for all of these store owners to order. But I think all this reveals something bigger. Ammon McNeff is probably in a state of crisis, personally right now. In July, Bricks and Minifigs released a blog post that promised better communication, but Bricks and Minifigs store owners say that the McNeffs have gone completely silent with no email or messages for weeks now. Complete radio silence during this financial crisis for Bricks and Minifigs as a whole, as a brand, but Ammon has not really done anything in weeks to communicate with all of his different store owners, his franchisees. And what that kind of indicates to me is Ammon probably is losing a bit of his confidence with this huge financial loss he's facing. And the fact that this Lego payment was made late really makes me wonder if Ammon is just in a state of personal crisis right now, if he just doesn't know what to do, because he probably didn't expect it to go this way, just this far. And I think he is in major trouble, not just financially, but personally. He might just have no idea what direction to take next because he's so baffled that his genius master plan didn't work. So that being said, let me know in the comments down below how you think Ammon is doing financially, personally, anything like that. And I will see you all in the next video.